I had COVID end of October 2020. I was hospitalized, and then when I was discharged, there are some ongoing symptoms affecting me physically and also mentally.
My illness was quite mild. My husband had come down with a cough. My children were coughing. But as I saw them recovering 2 weeks down the line, I realised that I wasn't following the same trend and I was actually deteriorating.
Long COVID has changed my life. The impact is on the choices that I get to make and the life that I get to lead.
I used to run every morning, and then I became ill. I can't go to work, and so life has changed dramatically for me.
The predominant thing has been serious fatigue. I have these crashes where I am completely out of action for sort of 4 or 5 days.
It was a fatigue that I'd never experienced before, just a kind of like this tiredness in your bones.
I had pain and aches all over the body.
Forgetting words quite regularly, losing my train of thought when thinking, which obviously isn't ideal when you're at work.
There was insomnia.
I couldn't focus. I was exhausted, out of breath. And at the same time, I found that I was experiencing quite a lot of anxiety.
You get fed up that why you're not able to do the things what you're able to do very easily.
Changing my beddings is difficult. Going shopping is difficult.
You start to think, well, will I ever be able to return to work? And then what does that mean for my family?
It's a very isolating and lonely condition.
COVID seems to affect everything.
Long COVID is currently defined as being after 12 weeks of onset. If you still have symptoms, then we consider you to potentially have long COVID. There is no gold standard test to say you've got long COVID. The difficulty of that means we have to then exclude other conditions because COVID is a really good mimic of other conditions.
So it's really important that we make sure that we're not just putting these symptoms down to long COVID and that they are thoroughly investigated. Is there something simple going on that we can find in a blood test that we have a treatment for? It's just really important that treatable medical conditions are ruled out.
And if we've disproven the other condition, then we'll then assume it may be related to COVID.
We're a service that specifically is looking at long COVID symptoms.
We don't have a simple pill or a simple procedure for people with symptoms of long COVID. So it's a therapies-led approach that we've been using.
From an occupational therapy point of view, it's looking at each activity that is meaningful to that person and looking at how that can be managed throughout the day, but also how that could be managed throughout the week as well. When somebody's experiencing this level of mental and physical fatigue, it is about managing that balance.
We also have physiotherapy, helping people to kind of make sense of some of the symptoms and finding the right sort of activity or exercise that might be possible for people to do.
So that could be breathing exercises, learning different positions to help to relieve that breathlessness as well.
And we do have psychological support for anyone who needs it. We listen to how you are affected and then we shape a very individualised and personalised treatment plan for you.
The most helpful thing that happened was being referred to the long COVID clinic because it dealt with the physical and it dealt with the psychological. Because to be that sick and to think something's gone and then it comes back, and to think that you're getting your life back on track and be very hopeful and optimistic about that, and then it's gone again, is actually quite psychologically upsetting.
They did like a group session, and it's reassuring being able to discuss with other people and hear other people saying the same things.
Finding people that had long COVID was unbelievably freeing.
All of us there, we are experiencing the same thing, in different stages.
We have seen over the course of the last year across North East London that people are recovering. It does seem to take sometimes longer for some people than others, but there are certainly things that can be done and people are certainly getting better with support.
A number of people have been able to return to work and get back to a normal life of seeing friends and going out and having fun again.
Earlier this week, it was my first day into the office this year, and with the help of the occupational health therapist here, I knew I could make the journey, the commute on my own. That has given me quite a lot of hope, actually.
I have tools that I'm using from the long COVID clinic, which has really helped me. My breathing is better. My body feels stronger, and I have confidence.
The long COVID clinic actually empowered me. It gave me the language that I needed and also strategies and answers to help myself.